Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I'm reloading.
Damn. You sounded deaf and...
Definitely.
I'm reloading. I can't hear you. Okay. All right.
All right.
So,
Yes.
guys, we have a special guest today. We have somebody that has the most unique voice that I have ever heard in my life. It's sophisticated, yet grounded, yet very masculine, yet soft. Like Bane before he fucking kills you. Oh, so you like cheese? This man, his name is Alef. I don't know your last name. What is your last name?
Alef Orixa.
Orixa?
Orixa.
Yes. And that's Nigerian.
That's Nigerian. Well, actually, it's not just Nigerian. You see, there's a diaspora of Africans in, for instance, in Brazil, or in South America, in Central America, from Africa, over time, and for instance, there's something called Santeria in Yoruba, and Santeria is related to Yoruba, and those things are also cultural traditions that came along with the diaspora from Africa. So Orisha is essentially one of the gods, so to speak, in Yoruba mythology.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's my SAG name, Alef Orixa. And Orisha is a part of my actual last name, but for now we're going to go with Orisha.
Okay.
Okay.
I only caught half of that because I was looking at you, but my brain was elsewhere. I'm gonna be honest.
Where was your brain?
My brain was at. See, I just saw a message on my phone about somebody who said that they will be on my podcast, but they'll have to get back to me. So far, every single person I've talked to was just like, "I'll be there at this date." So this one was a little different.
Why is that?
Because they're busy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways.
But you're busy as well. Your time is also valuable.
It is.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your voice? Can we go back to your voice?
Let's go back to my voice. Yeah.
I think it's time you heard my imitation of your voice.
Oh. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. So your laugh.
Yes.
Okay. You do this laugh of where you're like an evil James Bond villain, but you're super smart.
Namaste.
Yeah, like you. But here's the thing: you're part of their secret agency, but you defected, right?
I did.
So you have this laugh.
Yes.
And which I'm going to do right now. Okay. That's your laugh. before when you get excited, before you start to say something, you go, of course. Yeah. And something that I made up on set that we would do where we'd crack up is, what if Alef said this? Okay. So
what if Alef said this? That should be a whole segment on its own.
Right. So listen, but you have to promise not to laugh yet, because it's going to keep going.
Okay.
So, have you ever eaten strawberries with a fork? Yes, that's it.
That's like a pornographic version of me.
Yeah. Because you are super like sexual. You just like emit this, the way you talk about things, right? So like, for instance, here's another thing. Like, this is another favorite one. Lift your leg up slowly.
Oh, I remember when I actually said that.
Yeah.
And everyone was dying,
Yeah. See, she's your girlfriend's dying in the bag right now because she knows it's true, right? Is it accurate Yes, it's accurate. All right, we got their approval.
Oh, wow.
We got the approval. Yeah. So we do it out of love, like completely out of love. You know.
Thank you. Wow, dude, I feel the love every time I come back to set, and whenever I'm gone on my day job, and I come back to set, and everyone surrounds. It is, it's immense. I love it. I appreciate it, and wow, yeah. There are no words. I'm dumbfounded.
Wow. And here's the other thing too. You are so great with vocabulary. It's fucking refreshing. It is. I feel like I'm getting smarter the more you talk. And you just talk. That's you talking casually. Like you'll say words where I'm like, what the fuck did that mean? Now Google, I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what. That's a perfect explanation. Like that's the beauty of these vocabulary words. You say one word and it means exactly what you're trying to say without overextending yourself.
Well, I try, I try to stay well-read, so to speak. I like reading, but for the most part, I enjoy audiobooks because you can multitask.
Yeah.
You can drive and listen. You can masturbate and listen. I'm kidding.
Yes.
I haven't tried that yet.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I'm at one with myself.
Yes.
Have you ever read a book?
Wow.
Inflict your penis.
While expelling the spunk from your scrotum.
Expelling the spunk. Fuck. That sounds kind of like a rap lyric. Expelling the spunk from your scrotum.
Yeah, get it.
Touching the taint with your fetus.
Ooh, what?
That baby died a long time ago. Was abandoned from birth.
Ooh.
Touch me in the ass with your fingers. I know it's not gonna hurt.
You know. That sounds like it's from experience.
I have rubbed a few aborted fetuses on my gooch.
Wow.
Yes.
Dude, that is deep and glib and dark. Reminds me of a rapper from Peru, Immortal Technique.
Oh, Immortal. Yeah, Devil's Dance.
Oh my goodness.
That's fuck. See, we connected. So off camera, guys. Alef saw on top of my PlayStation 4 Blu-ray disc of Spirited Away.
Spirited Away by Ghibli Studios.
Yeah, and a lot. I meet people who talk about how they like Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki films, but they don't really like it. I knew you liked it because you kept naming more and more movies, and not only that, you're the first person that I've talked in a very long time that brought up the composer of all his movies, Joe Hisaishi. Because without him, the movies would not be as amazing. So together, they are this collaborative effort of it's just a masterpiece.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Perfect.
It is. And to your point, I actually, not only did I buy the collection of the movies on Amazon, I have the box set.
Oh, shit.
And I also acquired all Joe Hisaiashi's music portfolio. I have it. Really? So I use them for ringtones. Sometimes I use them for notifications. And
shit.
Driving in LA, just getting in that mindset of in my bubble as I mitigate LA traffic. Sometimes Joe Hisaishi. Yeah.
I do that too.
You do.
And let me show you something right now.
Show it to me.
I'm going to show you right now, okay? Check this out. Are you ready? This is my phone.
I don't know.
This is my phone.
It's not about the... Oh.
Spirited Away.
Dude, did you just do that?
No, I didn't just do that. What the fuck? I'm not going to just do that. Look, I think you're great, but not great enough for me to be go to the bathroom. Okay, let me change this.
It's trying to impress me.
How weird would that be if I did it to everybody? I'm going to find out what this person likes.
I don't think you do to everyone. I think you do to me.
You know what's funny? Now I want to try doing that.
Like, hold on, what do you like?
Yeah.
Oh, check it out.
It's like, your favorite fruit's carrots.
Carrot.
Look at my home screen on my phone. And it's like a sliced carrots. And then I guarantee you, nobody would ever think, oh, he just did that right now. They're going to be like, oh my God. And you know what? Maybe I should do that for my next future girlfriend.
You're gonna. Oh.
She'll have no idea. Like she's gonna think it's just like destiny and the world and the cosmic universe coming together, but it's really just me being a fucking liar.
You tell her, babe, you manifested this.
Yeah.
Can I see that?
Oh yeah. You want to see it? Okay. Here you go. I actually like that your girlfriend's here because it's making me more. Because whenever there's like an audience, even if it's an extra person, it adds to it. So I think I'm gonna try to make this more regular. So when I bring in other guests, I'll be like, hey, yeah, bring your husband or bring your girlfriend or wife, and let them just sit there and then like stifle their laughter with pillows and this.
It's like let them just sit there.
Yeah.
Choke on the pillow.
Yeah. It's okay if you laugh too. Don't worry. Like you don't have to. Yeah.
You go.
Yeah.
That's wow.
This is interesting. This is a very interesting dynamic. Actually, I'm actually really enjoying this.
Oh, yeah. The first for everything. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
It's a first setup. First guest setup as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? This makes it look so much cleaner. Because I always have a towel here, and then I put like I just spill my electronic spunk onto the towel.
Oh, scheisse.
I've never said spunk in my life until you right now. This is my first time saying spunk.
This
you
is
know
the
that?
first for everything today.
Yes.
Usually there's a first of everything. Well, not everything. For the most things with me. When, like, well, that's a first. As it pertains to me.
Yeah.
In my interactions with people.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. I'm usually known as, that's a first kind of guy.
Now, are you saying, I feel like this, you said I'm a first for people, but I feel like a lot of that was for females. Is this going to get you in trouble?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
For females and at times for men, from men.
Okay. Now let's focus on the men part because What for men though? What's the firsts?
Ooh, wow. Yeah, well, but look,
where's this going?
Yeah, just like things like just in general, life things in general.
Like butt stuff?
No. I was going to say
because the way you're hesitating,
your mind was going. I hesitated.
Yeah, the longer you hesitate, the more my mind's gonna go to butt stuff.
You see,
which I would not judge you.
No, but you see, what makes you think I wasn't planting that in your mind with my own subverbals, my hesitance reaction?
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm thinking, yes, it's going to cultivate an idea in your head.
Yes.
So I'm putting you on edge with my and you're like, oh, butt stuff.
Yeah. No, because my brain was like, oh, dude, he's done because I mean, you're super in touch with your like
I am,
namaste and all that shit. Your masculinity. Yeah, no, you are. Yeah.
I am, and I'm an ally, so to speak. I'm not. I don't engage in butt stuff, but I triumph those who are.
Yeah. So you're not like the gang banger. You're you're affiliated with the gang. So you're not in their gang.
I'm gang affiliated.
You're gang affiliated.
Gang. Yes. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. More power to the gang bangers.
Yeah, man. If you want to bang that gang all day. Gang, man. Yeah, you.
This is awesome.
Sorry. Continue. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think in this world, when you, as an individual that has found another individual to love or cherish or, adore, it's a great thing. No matter your age, sex, well.
Yeah. Age after 18.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Or sex, creed, or religion. Yeah, sure. That's another topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when you find someone that's to love, to a consenting adults, it doesn't, I think, just live and let live. So if there's people that get together and they enjoy butt stuff, more power to them.
Yeah.
I just love women a lot. And I feel like you can never understand the opposite sex entirely. But I strive to, so that way I can be a better partner and lover, so to speak.
So where does this come from?
Comes from my humanity. Yeah. It's the same thing I would apply to being a plant-based vegan. It comes for my humanity. It's my 11th year now as a plant-based vegan.
Wow.
I can feel the energy coming from that couch.
I'm having a deja vu. I dreamt of this exact moment.
Lovely. Let's carry on.
Oh shit!
Being right here. I'm so sorry.
Wait, come here and say this into the microphone. Say that. Say it real quick.
Okay.
You dreamt of this moment?
I dreamt exactly of this moment.
So you dreamed
Exactly of this moment.
Alef?
And you, these cables, me sitting down there, and as the conversation was happening, it's kind of like the room was setting itself in, and we were all present. Word by word.
Oh shit. Like it was setting itself in like the outline of it was on the ground level, and then the actual image was like finally like the piece of the puzzle like fit right in perfectly.
Like Tetris.
Oh shit.
Tetris. See, I have lucid dreams, and sometimes they're kind of like visions of the future, and I never know this until they actually occur.
Shit.
Yeah. She's.
So that's why you were like
I could feel it. I told you.
I thought she
you
was
felt it too.
Okay, but
okay. So I thought. Oh, do you want to sit there now?
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So I thought your girlfriend was doing. I thought she was doing that because like you were saying such like deep like hot stuff like because you're just expressing yourself because like females like that too when a man's not afraid to express himself and like be vulnerable, right?
I did not know that. Tell me more.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mister. Lift your legs slowly. Like that, right? Like so I was like, damn, like God, Alef is just like a sex machine. Jesus Christ, like everything he does. That's what we talk about too. Like we talk about how, like the way you speak, like you're not afraid to talk how you talk because you don't feel like you have to prove something. Because some men, they feel like they have to talk more like whatever their perceived idea of masculine is, right? Like trying to talk more harsh or be a little more aggressive. Mm-hmm. But you're like still like a kind gentleman, who's comfortable with himself, so he doesn't feel the need to change and alter his personality to garner like quote unquote respect or get love from people. Which is why I like dudes like you.
Namaste.
Because you like, what do you got to prove?
Precisely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn! Compliments.
Dude, I love how you break it down and essentially deliver. Thank you. I appreciate you. You should. All right, here we go.
Yeah. It's just to like minimize like glass table like bouncing stuff. So
that's good to know. Perfect. I'm learning from this setup. Yes. And thank you for
the ghetto setup.
Oh, the ghetto setup. Hey, it's still a setup.
Hell yeah, dude!
It gets the job done.
I'm proud of this shit.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, but that's so crazy that she had a freaking that she dreamt of this.
She that's very wow. Is that clairvoyancy? Clairvoyancy. Wow. You see, I know a lot of words, and sometimes I know the appropriate time to use words. I love words. I'm an audiophile. Clairvoyancy is the ability to communicate with. Well, I guess it's not clairvoyancy. As I'm defining it, I realize that's not the right terminology for your experience that you just shared with us. So thank you. Well, clairvoyancy is essentially having the ability to communicate with another realm. But that's not what you experience. So what would you call that? What would you consider our experience you shared with us?
That's tough to say because it's a mix of course, like deja vu. Like just because you kind of like saw it ahead, but then that could also tie in with like clairvoyancy as well because it's like foresight.
Another realm, right?
Yeah.
Oh, extra ESP, extra what is?
Extra special person.
No.
I know what you mean. ESP.
I had a brain fart. But yeah, it's a communication.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's switch gears.
Yes. Either way, it was very interesting. Now we know why she was. What?
As we spoke, I felt my peripherals caught her.
Yeah.
But I was paying attention. But as I ignored the activity with my peripherals, I felt the energy, and I couldn't help but.
Yeah. See, you were noticing with your peripherals. I was noticing with my ears, because like that, and I felt it too. And I was like, I was like, what's going on there?
You almost thought she was on a bad bunny.
No, I was just thinking like I said, like you're.
You know what? Those bunnies. There's electrical bunnies.
Like Energizer?
Kinda, but you actually straddle it. It's for women.
Look at this fucking guy. I was like, Bad Bunny's also like a Hispanic rapper or Latino rapper,
which I enjoy his music, but it's like a
horse straddle.
Exactly, and it does wonders.
It does wonders. It numbs the vagina, so a penis never feels the same again.
Well, I can't speak on that.
I can't speak either on that because none of us have. We don't have it. Okay.
But you should get it on the show.
What?
The bunny, and then have what I reckon.
So you think I should get the bunny, the little sexual thing, and then have a guest on to do it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That means I'd have to contact. You know what? I could contact like a porn star probably and see, hey, do you want to do that?
Right. And we have a good liaison for this.
Do we?
Mike Lee.
Oh.
Remember Mike Lee did that show in Hollywood? And he had all those porn stars at that show? And he was giving them fucking orders. It's like, all right, now kiss each other.
Oh, yeah.
And they did.
That's true. You must respect that type of stuff in a man. Not because he's just like able to make something like that happen, but more of the sense of he's not afraid to communicate.
He told them to flash the camera, and they did.
Yeah.
So he's your liaison to get one of the porn stars on your show to essentially talk about and perhaps critique that product.
Yeah.
if you ever get into product critique.
That's a good idea. And that's because I haven't thought about putting a porn star on here yet, but
everyone should be on here. Scientists.
Yeah.
Let's talk about space. Let's talk about health. Let's talk about wellness. Let's talk about veganism for once.
Yeah. No, and that's why it's called the set breaker. So we bring on all kinds of people to break people out of their set ways for the way they think about.
Let's talk about
types of people.
Breaking set ways. Have you seen The Game Changers, brother?
I've seen half of an episode, and then I fell asleep because it was late.
Okay. What do you mean by half of an episode?
Like I was consciously awake, and then I fell asleep.
Okay.
Because it was late.
Do yourself a solid.
Okay.
Now, The Game Changers is a docu-movie. I call it a docu-movie, like a documentary movie.
Yeah.
It's about performing at your peak, at your best, on a plant-based diet. It's a movie made by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan, and James Cameron.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's a movie. It's on Netflix.
It's a movie? I thought it was a series. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing.
Yeah, there is. I think there might be another show with the same title. But
Maybe
this movie
similar.
came out last year, 2019, in September.
Is it on Netflix?
It is on Netflix. Dude.
Okay, let me write it down. I'll write it down.
Man out there, do yourself a solid. If you like men, great. Do your boyfriend a solid. If you love women, do her a solid. Watch Game Changers, and oh my goodness, change your life. Yeah. Really. I, for one, I'm a testament. It's my 11th year as a plant-based vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the best decision I've ever made in my life. One of the best investments I've ever made in my life. My sexual prowess is off the chart.
I love it. Okay, we got to talk about this. So, the difference between, and you were younger, obviously, like 11 years ago, that's when naturally testosterone's already higher just simply because you're younger, right? But would you say you feel better now with your sexual, in terms of like sexual prowess, that's a hard word to say sometimes, prowess, than back then?
Okay, I can talk about now because it's where I'm at. And
okay.
In retrospect,
sure,
I'm more mature now. I have more insight than back then.
True.
I have more understanding So I think in a certain way, I have more prowess now to be a better lover because I have more understanding of my body, and I'm learning about the opposite sex body. In this realm, my partner's body. So, yeah. You were saying, I said something that made you question me. Did I answer your question?
No.
Okay. Well,
yeah. So it's
let me
like,
expound.
Yeah. So like, okay, how about we start with this? So, how tough was it starting that?
Great. That's a good question.
Yeah.
11 years ago, you can imagine, it's not like now. Now we have vegan meccas all around the world. LA, fucking Amsterdam. There's a vegan city in Berlin. A city that's just vegan city. It's as bonkers. I can't wait to go there. I was in Amsterdam last year, and I didn't know about it then. Perhaps this year. Anyways, 11 years ago, I had an edification that occurred in my life. My son had colic, and the doctors told me colic means we don't know. And that was 11 years ago. So I went and I got a second opinion, and a third opinion, and a fourth opinion, and a fifth opinion. 5 doctors told me colic means I don't know. They couldn't help me. And as you can imagine, even if you're not a parent, if you are connected to, if you have compassion, you can see a child that cries himself or herself to sleep every night for hours on end. So I researched, and out of my research, I approached the mom at the time who was breastfeeding to let's eliminate dairy and meat from our diet. And that's how, in a matter of days, the colic dissipated.
So what is colic again? Like what?
Colic is a massive big ball of gas in a baby's belly. And when you do a scan, CAT scan, is that what it's called? I forget the name of the scan. You can see the belly swollen. You can physically see a belly swollen, but it's so uncomfortable. There's a massive gap. It's what you get, I think, if I had to categorize this to being lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And again, I would like to touch base on that. You hear that a lot. I'm lactose intolerant. No one is lactose intolerant. I just say, you're not a baby calf. But what were you going to say?
Because they're the ones that need the milk, obviously. So
Right.
my ex, she's Mexican, so she had like a weakness to cheese. She couldn't stop eating cheese, right? But I've never seen this in somebody. She would eat cheese, and not even a lot of it, and her belly would become distended as if she was like 3 months pregnant or whatever. It was the craziest thing, and she still wouldn't stop. And I was like, "What is fucking wrong with you?" Like that's obvious. Like, do you see what's happening? Like, she'd wear a dress, like a summer dress,
And she looks like she's 4 months along.
and it looks like she bought that dress to be comfortable with her pregnancy.
Maternity store. There's a maternity section for that. Now, how did she feel? Did she ever express her feelings to you?
Yeah, she felt uncomfortable and get gaseous, but she would still do it because she's so addicted. And she would just tell herself, I can't stop eating cheese. I'm like, you're telling yourself you can't. Okay. You're choosing to not stop.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that differentiates us. The people who choose their taste buds over their health.
Yeah.
And I guess for those kind of people, it might take a reckoning, an arbitration of light of sorts to happen to them, for them to come to terms with their health and, self-actualize, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know what the fuck he said rock bottom. That's just letting you know in layman's terms.
Yeah.
No, you're right about that. Like, people wait until just like shit gets fucked up, and then they're like, oh, I guess I have to do something. But right?
Well, to your points, let's expound on that quickly.
Yes.
People wait until shit gets fucked up or shit hits the fan, so to speak. Yeah. And the shit flickering everywhere because the flambe is flickering the shit. Anyways, I digress. It takes about 10 to 15 years on a meat diet for erectile dysfunction to kick in. It takes about 20 years for heart disease to manifest. Dementia. All that takes time to manifest in a human's body. And you see the retirement homes, and they're packed. What is the correlation? Their diet. And when you see people who have these diseases, diabetes, for instance, it's because the parents and the grandparents all have the same diet. That's the correlation. And you've heard the term, change your thoughts, change your life. That's all part of it. You are what you eat, figuratively and literally. So, I was talking about being the best you can be sexually, on a plant-based diet, your whole body has full blood flow. You feel great at all times, When you eat when you have an artery clogging diet, your blood through the vessels are constricted because you have those artery cloggers in there. And you don't get the blood flow that can get you, feeling the best that you could be.
Yeah.
Again, please watch Game Changers.
Are they paying you? Are they paying you for this?
They don't have to pay me.
Yeah, that's how much you're an ambassador for this lifestyle, because you live it, and now that. Okay. Before I go into this, well, did you have anything else to say about that real quick? Or?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Not only besides sex, the Buddhist culture, they have there's the fear hormone. They believe before you murder a being, they could more than likely tell that they're about to be murdered, and that fear that sips into their being, into their blood. And then you eat that. You taking that mammalian cells into your body. Just think about that. I like to believe I'm a scientific guy. I need facts, but there's some unknowns that I believe now at this point in my life, I like to give room for what if, because even though I love science, we still only know 5% of our known universe. So there's a lot to still uncover. Yeah. And we haven't even talked about my other passion, deep space travel, cosmology. But I see you want to carry on. So
that's why your Instagram is like cosmic or herbivore.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, yes, may I just tap into that quickly?
Yeah.
So we're all cosmic beings, not just me. We're all star stuff. I enjoy saying this. Your bone is carbon. Your blood is iron. You breathe oxygen. We drink H2O. We are all made of elements that are made up of our world and the surrounding gases in our world and in the cosmos.
It's 6 elements, right, that all human beings consist of, isn't it?
List them.
Isn't it nitrogen,
right,
hydrogen, oxygen,
right,
carbon,
right, iron.
Exciting.
I get excited.
Is there how many do we do 5 right now? Was
we
that
did 5, right?
Fuck, what was the last one?
Phosphorus.
Oh, thank you, phosphorus. Yeah. I came up with that myself. Yes, that was.
You did.
On me.
It totally did. So you see, we are star stuff, and we are on what I like to call spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
Because Earth is spinning at 480 miles per second. That is immense. 400 miles per second. Think about that. Earth spinning 400 miles a second on its axis, tilted axis, as it rotates its host star, the sun, or soul, our star. And what's so cool about that is we only have a star, and there are other star systems with binary stars. Can you imagine being on a star system, on a planet in a star system with 2 stars orbiting each other, or 3 star systems? And check it. There's some stars that are yellow, like ours, blue and red. Consider being on a planet orbiting a star system with a red, blue, and yellow star. Just a light show display. Think about that. That's immense, but I digress. Cosmic herbivore. I'm a cosmic being as you are, as we all are. And we're on spaceship Earth in the cosmos, and I'm a herbivore. So if I'm on spaceship Earth or on another planet, a plant-based diet seems natural anywhere I go. Well, seems, because I'm not there yet, but if you think about it, I imagine another planet has a different atmospheric makeup, so it would have different vegetation, so to speak. But anyways, those are my brain musings. I should keep that in my head.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
But cosmic, because I'm a cosmic being. Herbivore, because I'm a plant eater. I'm powered by plants, and in the cosmos, I'm an organic being. I'm a microcosm of Earth itself.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we're all just we're like this. Whatever the fuck that is, right? Like everything is interconnected.
Right, because that thing was made by natural resources.
Yeah.
And it was just constructed. The chemical properties were changed for it to be in that state. Mm-hmm. So there are atoms bouncing around in that thing. Yes.
Yeah. So when I have these moments where I have that level of consciousness, which doesn't happen a lot because I don't think about this a lot, but when I do, then there's this level of connectivity I have for the world and people, and it also gets rid of fear.
Excuse me.
Fear.
That was loud.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay. All right.
I think it was louder in your head.
In my head.
Right? Because it just echoes. But
let's
right.
I want to latch onto that.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Can you please repeat that for the people?
So so in those moments,
yes,
where I tell myself, and I really think that all of us, we're made of 6 elements, right? And everything in this world is interconnected.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want me to continue, or do you want to say something?
I want you to continue. I'm excited about this.
Oh, okay.
So, what you said was your love for.
Oh yeah, that's when I feel connected to the world and the people and the universe, whatever that may be.
The people.
Yeah, the people. Yes.
What about the other mammalians in the world, just beside people?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Yeah. I like. There's this, so I used to always want a dog growing up. I used to always want a dog.
What, did you eat dogs. I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's why I said I used to want a dog. But I'm trying to change my ways because, That
was so silly.
No. They taste pretty good.
You have eaten dog?
No. Anyways. No, I've never eaten a dog. But if somebody cooked a dog and sliced it into pieces where it looked like salami and I had no idea, I'll fucking try it.
Hell yeah. I heard the craziest, well, I don't know if this is PC, but I heard the craziest thing. I don't even know I should go there. The kind of meats that you can find in parts of LA.
In LA?
Yeah, I
thought you were going to say China, because Chinese people eat everything.
I heard parts of LA you can find koala.
Really?
Dog. There's another one. Squirrel. And I was like, oh, that's why I'm vegan. I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah. You could just go to the park down the street and shoot a BB gun to some squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
Or a slingshot like you're saying. But,
no, I don't advocate for that.
Yeah. He doesn't advocate for any of this. I advocate for it. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like you could find it anywhere. But
you see, you have compassion for the world, for the environment, for humans, for animals. And for the most part, many people in the world have the mentality of the pyramid mentality of coexisting with
the hierarchy.
The humans on top, and everything else is ours for the taking.
Just conquest mentality.
Whereas
rape, pillage.
It should be an orb, like the most prominent shape in the universe: circles, sun, earth, moons, the universe. Discs, orbital, and we're in the middle with animals surrounding us coexisting as opposed to the pyramid hierarchy. That's true passion. That's true compassion for your earthly neighbors. You know, because they don't speak. Can you imagine if animals spoke? Would you be eating them?
If they spoke, that would change, because that's why I love getting to know people. People, especially people that I've never gotten the opportunity to like understand in terms of their culture or their lifestyle, right? I'm open to anybody. I'm talking like, that's why I've befriended gang members and even people that were pretty racist.
Okay, well, I'm going to play the role of a cow who speaks.
Okay, well, that was my point. But see, then because I get to know them, I can empathize with like where they may be coming from. I don't agree with what they do, but I get why they may operate the way they do because they're hurt or whatever it may be. But then if an animal spoke to me and they could express their pain, or like, they took mommy and ate her or something, I'd be like, oh my God, fuck.
Do you know that we all have a universal language?
Yeah.
Do you know it? Think about it.
What, screaming?
Yes.
Oh, for real?
You can hear the
Right?
cows
Yeah, 'cause you
screaming
know, they go-
and
yeah.
crying. When, first of
Yeah.
all, let's break this down. Before a cow gets pregnant, I mean, naturally a cow can get pregnant.
Yeah.
For instance, a bull is around, fucks the cow, she gets a calf.
Yes.
Okay, that's natural. But when you mass farm cows for the sole purpose of putting milk in your coffee, in your cereal, do you know the process of getting the milk? You artificially inseminate the cow with sperm. You get the cow pregnant. So many times in a lifetime. And a cow has a lovely lifespan, but because of the life we subjected to as humans, it's reduced and cut short. Very miserable life.
Yes.
And even think about that for a moment. Do you enjoy eating agonized meat and dairy? But I'll get back to that.
Yeah. I don't really eat dairy product. I don't drink milk. It fucks me up.
So the cow gets pregnant. Why? So that it can have milk in its udders. You take the calf away from the mom. The calf is screaming for the mom. You don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
Go to a farm. Go to a slaughterhouse. You smell death. You hear death. Pardon me. I didn't mean to make out with the mic. Anyways, so you can hear the scream of the mom. Look in the cow's eyes. She has tears running down her eyes. She has tears.
Yeah.
And just so that she can get milk. And that process is repeated over and again. And when she's done producing milk, they cut her throat and she's T-bone steak.
Mm-hmm.
Agonizing meat, agonizing mammalian cell in your body over time. Think about that. It tastes good, right? Momentarily, for the moment it tastes good. But what about the ramifications in the long run? For your health, I feel like the human body is a vessel. It's our carriage through life. Keep it oiled. Take care of it. You take care of your car.
Yeah.
You give it constant oil change. If you drive an internal combustion engine, you take it to the maintenance. You take it to the mechanic to get constant tip-top maintenance so it can run well for you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you do that to your own body?
It tastes good. But here's the thing. Like,
That's like putting water in your gas.
yeah.
Because it's cheaper or something.
Here's the thing. I tried going vegan for like a week and a half. It was the hardest fucking thing I ever had to do in my life.
Why was it hard?
It was hard because I was always hungry.
Okay.
I would keep being hungry.
Well,
I would have, if there was
let's explain.
I would have kept trying it out.
Let's discuss this for a moment.
Sure.
Aren't you a human?
Yeah.
When you eat, do you not get hungry? Shouldn't you get hungry?
No, but it was a level of hunger to where I was like getting headaches. And I was like, dude, I can't operate like
Headaches.
this. Yeah.
Were you staying hydrated?
Yeah, I was drinking a lot of water.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
a lot of times, like, hunger can be, comes from dehydration. You know?
Okay. So, how long did you try it for?
A week and a half.
A week and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
But granted, I'll say this. I was eating like microwave, like potato shit, like Indian stuff from Trader Joe's. And then when I go out, I get little like salads and shit. So I don't think I did it at its optimal because I wasn't educated on it.
Fair enough. Carry on.
Are you judging me? Those eyes of love. Those eyes have like love and judgment in them. Like, you cow killer. You dirty cow. Are you vegan too? Okay.
She's vegan. I wouldn't date anyone who wasn't vegan.
I was about to ask that too. Have you dated people in the past that weren't vegan?
I have.
How was that?
Dismal.
Why? Was it because of like the diet, or was it also because of like the way they live their life in other areas, or?
Good question.
Yeah.
I believe there's a certain change that occurs as soon as you decide to adopt a plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah.
There's a change that occurs. You know, I believe I am more in tune with myself. I believe when I meditate.
Yeah.
I like to do yoga. I don't do it as much as I should, but I love yoga. I'm a yogi. I teach yoga. And I think there's a correlation with veganism and meditation or mindfulness, being here and now, applying your breath to everything that you do. I don't always do that, but I always try to remind myself. So, your question to me was...
dating.
Dating, thank you.
Yeah.
Over time, dating someone who wasn't vegan would cause a problem if you feel like you can change them to become vegan. Just throw it out the window. Cut it out. You're wasting your time. 2, the reason I lost my train of thought as I was explaining was because as a vegan, you're different. You have more compassion. It's just sexy. It's just different. You
Yeah.
feel good. You know, some things don't bother you. You know what I mean? I feel like, I know it sounds like I'm pious, but that's not what I'm trying to do here.
No, not at all. But compassion
Compassion is just comes. And going back to the diet.
Yeah.
Pardon me, but you are what you eat. Consider this. Why do you refrigerate meat?
Because it's gonna rot.
It's going to rot.
Yeah.
Take the meat out of the refrigeration, and it starts to rot instantly. So check it out. When you eat that meat, what do you think is happening to that meat in your body? Is it being refrigerated?
No.
Then what is it doing in your body?
It's rotting.
It is rotten. What happens to the food you eat and the water you drink over time as you perspirate? It comes out of your pores.
So you smell like shit.
Preach, brother. Yeah. He said it.
I said it.
And then you have orifices, 7 on your head. In your pores, you are exuding that which you eat. It comes out of your vagina, comes out of your pores. So you smell like what you eat. That's another perk. Over time, I just couldn't do it.
Oh, because you became more sensitive to the smells too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because many, many years ago, because in my days, I'm so old. I remember those days when there were no roads. We would have to use cutlasses to make roads through the forest. Anyways, as I was
like, what in the fuck is going on? I was like, this is like a fucking theater right now. Like, is it gonna start singing?
No, that's my next podcast. Waiting. No, kidding.
Waiting on the day.
So yeah. The pushy. I love that. So yeah.
What's a pushy? The pussy. I was like, who's being pushy?
The power of the P-U-S-S-Y.
Dude, next time, the next girl that I date, I'm gonna be like, baby, can we do pushy time? Is it pushy time?
Is it pushy time?
Pushy time. So yeah.
So yeah, I again lost my train of thought, but I think the idea here is you're what you eat.
Yeah.
Literally, because look around you. People that consume that type of diet. One of my favorite movies ever is Captain Fantastic. That's why one of my handles is Captain Fantastic. Because I see myself in that father in the movie up to about 7%, because the father's kind of far out. But so I'm about 7% like their father. And in that movie, you know, there's a scene in Captain Fantastic where the father and his kids they decided to go assimilate with civilization out of necessity. And his daughter was like, Dad, what's wrong with everyone? And he was like, what do you mean? She was like, they're all fat. And our older sister was like, that's not right. We don't make fun of people, except they're Christians. It's all funny. It's all tongue in cheek. It's a funny movie. It's a lovely movie. But my point here is this: obesity is a problem in America and globally.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's because of the diet.
It's facts, because you know what? I cut out sugar for the most part, like most of it. Sugar in terms of the excess sugar of the donuts on set and candy, and I was eating a lot of that.
Right.
And then when I cut it out, I felt immensely better. And now, I mean, you notice it. I leaned out simply by cutting out sugar, and it's been changing. So you know, I haven't drank in over a year, and the sugar.
Wow, you look better than I first met you.
Thank you. You know what? Because I was miserable in a relationship. That's why.
That will do it to you, man.
Yeah, a lot of toxic
relationship.
You know how you talked about the compassion and empathy? This person would see a person that's walking in the street who's overweight and then say, "Ugh," and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Why do fat people exist?" And I was like, that is horrible. That's a horrible
deplorable thing to say. Because they could have
medical condition or like that. There was a clear lack of empathy, and that's why I hold myself accountable for, you know, choosing to be in this relationship, because I did not have standards for myself, because I was very desperate at the time. But that type of behavior is I was like, if I had a friend like that, I would cut them out. You know, we all have our opinions. We all say shit like if we want to, like, right?
We do. We all have the times where we double down and go down.
Yeah,
carry on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We just get dumb. You know, Bay Area. Do you like ecstasy, bro? Did you surf? So we yeah, that type of shit, right?
I love that segue. Carry on.
Yeah, thank you. So like that type of stuff is just it's very.
That was an awful look, but I'm usually good.
Yeah. You were like asking to miss it. You went like this, where it's just like a bouncy, fucking like your hand. You didn't even go like this. Let me just try to like clasp it. You were just like, okay, let me just make it harder on myself.
I was trying to like matrix that shit.
I know. I saw that.
But she's so awesome, you know, because she knows my subverbals.
Yeah.
And she could tell this guy needs fucking lip balm.
Yeah.
But then, thank you, love.
Yeah.
But
because he keeps licking his lips. So,
I pardon me.
Yeah.
We can move on, but I would like to just use this opportunity as much as possible. I know I'm probably becoming annoying. I'm not that in your face vegan, go everywhere.
Yeah.
And before I say the first thing, I'm like, hey, you know I'm vegan, right? Oh, my name is Alef. Nice to meet you. No, I don't do that.
Yeah, you don't.
That's annoying. Really.
It is annoying. That because that's why we're friends, because you didn't do that.
Right. I wait. You know, I don't like waiting in the bushes like opportunity. Oh, latch on. Oh, yeah, vegan is no.
And then if you were in the bushes, we would know where you'd be, because you'd be too excited and you go. Mm-hmm.
You just had waffles.
Look.
What's in the bushes?
No, you'd be chuckling to yourself. You would just chuckle to yourself. Yeah. You go,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
No, but
you'd be the best serial killer, because you'd be in the, like I'd be walking in an alleyway, it's dark, and all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, oh my god, what is that? You know,
like you, meat eater. Oh,
yeah.
Get a taste of your medicine. But no.
Yeah. So
no, but I just wanted to. I don't know if I've done a good job of conveying. If I have done a terrible or poor job about a plant-based diet, forgive me. But best advice I can give anyone and everyone is just watch Game Changers. You know, do that, and take it for whatever it's worth, and go from there. Share it with the world. Really, watch Game Changers. It's amazing. Why I'm so excited about Game Changers is because it had a bunch of data and knowledge that I knew before, and a bunch that I didn't know, that I had felt, and a bunch that I just outrightly didn't know. So with the first documentary I ever watched that got me on this journey, was Forks Over Knives. Watch that too.
I watched that.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
And I watched Forks Over Knives. That with the example I gave us to the self-edification that I had, the colicky thing. And by the way, I don't know if we ever wrapped that, but the colic, after the mom stopped eating meats and dairy for about a week, in a matter of a week, because she was breastfeeding and everything she ate went in the baby's fucking digestive system.
Yeah.
Because I'm pissed now. I'm channeling that moment back then. But when the mom stopped eating those things, colic went away. And concurrently, I saw Forks Over Knives. So that was it for me. That's why I went vegan. 11.
Because of that documentary.
Because of the documentary. Yeah. Because eliminating meat and dairy cured a medical condition. I wondered what other possibilities could there be. And it was, I guess, easier for me because I've always wondered, since I was a boy, what the fuck? Why do human beings get wind from their mom's tits at around 2, some people 7 years old? I've seen women.
That's fucked up.
I've seen kids walk up to the mom, feeding time, and she whips it out.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of far-fetched. That's extra.
Yeah.
I think 3 years is a lot, but perfect. If you can breastfeed a child for 3 years, give them all the nutrients they deserve. Oh, awesome. Anyways, you win your child. Let's say 10 years. Let's say you breastfeed until 10 years old. More power to you. But at 10 years old, you win your child from your tits. And then you go get cow milk to continue the process? I don't understand. I never understood it since I was a boy. Why human beings ate dairy, bovine growth hormone that's meant to take a calf from this to that in a matter of 30 days. That never computed with me, so I never really liked milk to start with. Meat, that's another story. It was conditioning. I was raised that way. I killed my first chicken when I was a boy. My dad showed me how to kill a chicken.
This is back in Nigeria, right?
At that point, yes, I had gone to visit my dad. My mom took us home to visit our dad in Nigeria. And my dad was in Nigeria as well because he has property there as well. He thought in Frankfurt. Anyways, I'm digressing. He taught me how to kill my first chicken. He taught me a lot of things. He taught me how to jumpstart I'm thankful for my dad. Yeah. He taught me how to jumpstart a car from gear 2. He taught me how to change my oil. He taught me how to do things that apply now, but as I get older, won't be applicable because when you get an electric car, you won't be changing the oil. Yeah. Anyways, my brain is going different tangents. But I killed my first animal as a kid, desensitized, But as I got older, we think, cogito, ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Think. Yeah. Just think.
No, it's true. Dude, people don't think. A lot of people just don't want to think. They'd rather not. I've had people tell me, dude, just don't think. That's the best way to get through life. It's like, no, it's not. Some things you shouldn't talk about or think about. Like you just let it go. Like whatever, If somebody did something and they cut you off, you don't even fucking keep thinking about that shit. But people operate through this life and just complain without thinking of where that issue is deriving from. Like, oh, I just can't get abs, or I just can't lose weight, or I just feel horrible. Why? Think about where that's stemming from. Think about that. Like what I've been doing lately is like in terms of when I have sexual desires come up in terms of where I feel like I have to go out and try to get a woman after the breakup. I've been like purposely going on like a so-called dry spell, like celibacy on purpose, because I wanted to know where it comes up when this fucking need to like, oh, I have to get pussy. It comes up when I feel not enough or I feel fucked up for whatever reason, like, and I need the external validation. Now, sex is great, but the type of sex where I'm looking for at those moments, which is very superficial and just like no connection and purely just to release spunk, as you say, right? So now I'm taking the next 3 months on I'm going on a sexual moratorium.
You're being, what's the word for that? Should I say? Abstinence. Wow.
Yeah, abstinence.
What the fuck? Abstinence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good on you, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you. And that's, you're also, there's something called sexual transmutation.
Yeah. I'm channeling the energies and
Into you as opposed to...
absolutely. Yeah. So no, but don't get me wrong though. Like once a week, I will masturbate just to like release
tension.
And what I'm doing is I read it from this book about learning to be self-sufficient, including even in like love. So sometimes we stay in these relationships that are unhealthy, like I did, which because of like the sex and all that, and we don't realize it. So that's like the prize. So then, he said, masturbate without using porn or fantasy, and just learn to please yourself. Do pure touch.
Tune with your body.
Yeah, exactly. And the first time I did it like 3 weeks ago, I was like, this is weird. I haven't done something like this. Like I can't remember the last time. And the funny thing is, once I did that, not only did it feel good, but like when I released, I had no guilt. I always had guilt after I watched porn or used fantasy. I never felt good about myself.
You had guilt?
Always. After
Why?
porn or
What kind of guilt is this?
I don't know. Maybe it stems from like previous Christian background, or maybe it's
That's
just from
most likely.
Or actually, it's also because I know it fucks me up in the head, because it does affect me in terms of I feel like, it's just, I know how it makes me feel mentally. So even if I can't really express that to you, I don't feel that good. And I've experimented with different ways of that, but all I know is that I feel better when I don't watch that stuff. That's all I know. That's all I know, and that's all that matters.
So you feel better when you don't watch porn. However, how do you feel when you masturbate without porn?
I just told you.
Do you feel better?
Yeah.
When you masturbate without porn?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah. So...
good on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody, but that's just everybody's brain, right?
It's pornography can't pornography addiction can't be good for anyone.
Oh no,
addiction in general can't be good for anyone. Too much of anything is awful.
Yeah, and I have a very addictive personality. Ooh. I go hard in a shit like when I'm into it. So that's why
explains that the pussy cravings you get.
Yeah, well, that also stems from like neediness, which it's a whole fucking thing from like that I learned also in the past 2 months.
You can reprogram yourself.
That's exactly why I'm going on the sexual moratorium, to reprogram myself and to know and realize what moments I seek that stuff. Because when I feel great and I'm doing my work and I'm with my friends and this stuff, I don't feel the need to like have to go out and just, go for the first thing that I can get, and that can lead to issues when you don't have those. Because I mean, why else would I hear this girl talk about, oh, why do fat people exist? And I'm like, that's fucked up. But then I look at her titties and I'm like, well, shit, it's okay, right? But that clearly goes against my morals and my values and how I run in the world, which ties in with compassion and empathy, And over time, when you put yourself around that type of energy, eventually, your energy gets tainted.
Protect your energy, homie.
Exactly, protecting the energy. So I am reprogramming myself.
Yeah, you have to. Before we hit the break, I was stuck on this motion because I was going to.
Oh yeah. That's right.
We're talking about repetition of tradition that are detrimental to our progress.
Yeah.
Like religion. Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I'm on the same page as you on that one, actually.
Religion, carnivorous diets, vile politics.
Agreed.
Those are things, it's like your grandparents opened up your parents' scalp and just fucking regurgitated all they knew into their head. Blah. And they did it to you. Blah. And it carries on.
Yeah.
Carries on. And it's just regurgitation of tradition. Doesn't mean it's right. It just means because we've been doing it like that. Well, we were doing slavery like that. We were doing women wrong for eons. We were doing many things that were wrong for eons. Mm-hmm. But we don't do them anymore. Maya Angelou says, once you know better, do better. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's the conflict within, the internal conflict of, well, it's family tradition. Well, just because your family was in the KKK for 100 years doesn't mean you got to keep fucking doing it.
Exactly.
Right? Because that's why I felt like I had to be an accountant. Because I would hear all these white people say, it's tradition. Listen, my papa was a Marine. His papa was a Marine. Son, we're all just Marines, right? They talk like that. So I thought I had to be like that too. So I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I have to be a goddamn accountant.
You know? I have met so many people in the world from different backgrounds who feel the need, who are tied to their family in a sense that they live for their family as opposed to living for themselves.
Yeah.
And one of the worst ones are the religious connotation, the religious background. Like Chris Rock said something I like Chris Rock because he finds a way to educate and make you laugh at the same time. He said, black people who are religious, he said, they must have a short memory. And that's so profound if you think about it. And I think that applies to not just black Americans. And I would like to say this. In the topic of American history and African descent, I'm one to believe that African history has been lush and great before slavery. But I'm only using the slavery terminology because that's the American norm. Everything seems to start at slavery for black people. But no, fuck that. It goes way beyond that to the dawn of civilization. Read. Don't take my word for it. Anyways, what were we talking about? I got passionate.
We were just talking about like tradition and
right. So I'm back on it.
Yeah.
So even if it tastes good, Mike, what was your sex life like with your ex? I know you love the tits because regardless of our ignorance,
the sex life, the sex life was good up until like we had relationship problems, and then I didn't really want to have sex anymore.
Okay.
Because we used it as a bandage.
What is besides her? How do you feel about your sexual
energy?
The quality of your sex life.
Well, it's not existent right now.
When you were in a relationship.
See, this is a tougher question to answer because there's so many layers to this.
Were you satisfied with the quality of your sex life in terms of with you, in tune with yourself, and with your partner?
No, because I knew I was with somebody that I wasn't meant to be with, and there was a lot of trouble. So, like, I know what you're trying to say, like, but there's other aspects, other variables that affect it. So it's tough. It's tough to. Yeah. If it was a healthy relationship, I could answer that. Where it'd be easier. It'd be more like, I guess, controlled experiment to give you a better, result.
Okay. Do you have any family members who take medication, health medication? Yeah, actually, and here's the thing too. Like, even my family don't. So my grandma, she lives like 15 minutes away. She was on the floor of the bathroom, right? That's what I find out, and I'm like, what the fuck? So like, my mom was like, can you? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm gonna go help her. So I drive over there. She lives with my uncle, he's got some like mental stuff, Does he like meat? Yeah, but he's also born kind of like. Oh, pardon me, I was trying to just interject. It's the meat. It's the meat. I know. I was my chicken. Yeah. So then I go there, and she was on the floor. I found out for fucking like 2 hours, just sitting there. I was like, what? I was like getting angry at him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why did you leave? What the fuck? Why didn't you call us like 2 hours ago? What is wrong with you? So then we pick her up. Lack of compassion. Yeah. It's just fucked up in the head. I don't know what's wrong with my uncle. But then we take him to the. Pardon me, I want to be more. You had said that in the beginning. It wasn't his challenge, you say? Kinda. I don't really know, man. It's tough to say, but like, it doesn't matter about him. So then we take her to the thing, to the her room, and then she says like, oh, I have a headache, I can't think. And I was like, what's my first thought? For me, when I have a headache and I can't think, or I feel fucked up, generally I just drink water. Or if I feel anxiety or depression, I feel water, because that depression isn't really depression. I'm probably dehydrated. So that's the first solution. So I was like, make her drink water. Immediately she feels better and she can think, because we took her blood pressure, sorry. And then we found out it was at a higher level. Well, I'm like, how do you drop blood pressure? Water. How many people in America are just in a constant state of dehydration? I've met people that said, I don't like water because it tastes like nothing. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. So they drink juice, what's the percentage of their body? What is it, 98? 97%. 97%.
Yeah, so why the fuck would you not feed it what we're made of, right? So then she drank the water and she feels the headache goes away. I know what you thought right there too. I know what you thought. But like right? And I'm telling my aunt this and she's like, it's just like, and I'm like, what the fuck do you get? Like it doesn't go through it doesn't register. And it made me so frustrated. I'm like, am I surrounded by pod people? You fucking aliens? And I was like losing my shit to them. Like drink. I'm like, what did you feed her last night to my uncle? He's like, McDonald's. I'm like, why the fuck would you feed an 89-year-old woman McDonald's with all the sodium? Of course her blood pressure's like that and she's on the fucking floor. Right?
Right. For a moment there, but how is she right now?
Oh, she's fucked up because she fucked up her hip and she has pain from that. Because she fell because she was trying to reach and pick up something or get something from the top and she fell. You know.
But the moral of that story is...
She's turning 90 this month.
Congrats.
But the moral of the story is, yeah, I know. It's what you put in your body is how you're going to operate.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
Plants over pills.
It's medicine or it's the starting point for a lot of your pain and issues.
Right. Now, I realize I've talked a lot about diets, and I don't mean to be that annoying. Let's talk about something that's so cool. Have you seen the Cybertruck?
Cybertruck?
Truck. Like
America. That ugly fucking car? That ugly ass car?
Whoa, you're one of those. We can't be friends anymore.
You mean the car with super sharp angles? It just looks like somebody took a bunch of like plates and just smacked it together.
Dude, that freaking thing. It's indestructible. It's post-apocalyptic ready.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
If we're coming from that fucking yeah. In that sense, yeah. But just to drive?
Yeah. Can you imagine having that as a business vehicle and you pull up with your name of your business on that side of that fucker?
That'd be sick.
You're catching all the attention.
Yeah.
Like pull up with a Ford Ram or Dodge Ram.
It's funny. It's interesting how before, like, to make things more futuristic, they try to smooth things out. Right?
No, actually.
But this one, no?
No, you are onto something remarkable because that is the difference between what has been going on for hundreds of years. Ford has been making cars for over 100 years. What do they do? Not just Ford, by the way. Other car makers that started in that era. What do? Every year. Oh, look at this concept car you could have. Mm-hmm. Come production. This is what you're getting instead. But what does Tesla do? It's like, look at this futuristic car. Look at this concept car. Come production. This is what you're getting. That's the difference between Tesla and car makers that have been doing it for hundreds of years. Think about it. Why can't we have the future now? We can.
You know why, too? Because they try to stick to tradition.
And you're right. Stick to tradition and also greed. And I think greed.
For sure.
How long can we milk this? How long can we have them slowly catch up to the future while they pay premium for just a slight tad bit upgrade?
Like iPhones.
It's like
the camera's a little bit better, maybe.
But I imagine there's a better technology. Okay, like the military. The military is known to have technology that's 5 years ahead of civilians. You know, most of the things we use as civilians started with the military. Yeah. You know, like thanks to the advent of space travel, Sputnik, the first dirigible that went to space from Russia. And then we have satellites and things. Then we have phones. You know, we have ground positioning systems that give us navigation ability, thankfully. So again, my point is, there's technology that's available now that when it comes out in 5 years, we think, ooh, but it's already here. But yeah, that's just alluding to your point.
Yeah. I mean, so you want a Cybertruck?
Hell yeah, it's $100 to reserve it now.
Oh, really?
250 orders, 250,000 orders.
How much is it?
70 G's. No, it starts at 56 G's.
But you know what? If I had
you can pre-order now for $100. Just that's all it costs to.
I thought it would have been more.
No, just to hold your reservation. And again, keep in mind, there are over 250,000 reservations.
Wow.
Already.
You know what? If I had a family, I would love that car too.
Oh, what makes you think you wouldn't have a family in a year from now?
No. No. I'm working on myself to date healthy.
I realize that, but you see, you might go out on one of those nights where you need pushy. And then you start a family because you are not thinking your cock became your brain.
No, not anymore. No, because my goal before was to raw dog every girl. I used to do that, and it was dangerous.
So you probably have kids that you don't know
of. Well, good luck to them. Daddy is supporting you spiritually.
Okay.
From afar.
Just hope the mom doesn't find you, because then you have a family.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean...
Okay. I hope so. No, on a brighter note, for Michael's sake, I hope that's not the case. You're done raw dogging. You don't have any kids that you do not know of.
Yeah, well, I'm done raw dogging until like we get to know each other. But even then, who knows? Maybe she's just like, I'm just not going to take this birth control because I'm ready for a child.
You're not ready for that, Mike.
I'm not ready. No, if she said that,
you make that clear. Put expectations on boundaries.
Yeah. No, I told her.
Yeah.
That's what I told her before too. Like the last girl I dated, I was like, hey, I'm pursuing my dreams. I don't want kids anytime soon. And he's like, yeah, no, me too.
And then,
but we have 8 years to figure it out. And I was like, what the fuck? So that was always there. There's a bunch of things. I'm like, you don't mean that. You don't.
You don't mean.
Yeah, you say this. But you got me thinking about the vegan thing. Like, if you gave me, for like a couple days, maybe, a planned diet, what to eat, I would try that.
My girls got you. I mean, we got you.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's a team effort here.
I mean, yeah. 2 is better than 1.
Yeah. That's a song with Taylor Swift. 2 is better than 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That idea has been around before her, but yeah.
I know, but it was cool. It was nice. I only liked that song because this girl I had a crush on at church years ago liked it. So I told myself I liked it. And I learned it.
Oh, Mike, you're such a lover. Oh, it's such a romantic, this guy. So, but I commend you that you're carving this time out to work, focus on yourself, some self-love, and watch your growth exponentially come to fruition. More power to you. More grease to your elbows, brother.
Thank you, sir. Doing more planks. So then if I do this, okay. So after this, we could talk about what I could eat.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So this is what I suggest. I reckon for everyone that's on the fence or thinking about it, just give it a month. Come on. 20 to 30 days won't hurt you. Give it a month of genuine plant-based diet. I'm not talking Coke and chips. No. No cock. No cock. No.
No cock. No tits.
He said that. Anyways. A plant-based diet, no Coca-Cola, and no...
There's a Korean woman who was... have you seen that? Where she would teach on YouTube. She said Coke. I like Coke. But she was just trying to say Coke. So she was trying to teach people that. And then she just got fucking flamed and roasted to where like she never went back to it again. Like millions of people just made fun of her.
Coke.
I like as a Korean lady, I like Coke. Do you want some Coke?
Oh, I can go many places with that, and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So try out a plant-based diet for a month and see how you feel about it.
Let me try 3 days first because I want to see if it's even like
okay, a week,
like cooking or whatever. I don't know what it takes, and time wise and everything.
Okay.
And then I'm willing to do it up to a week.
Okay.
But I got to experiment the first couple of days.
Follow on Instagram. Follow first Vida Dreams, VIDA_, VIDAA_ dreams. Pardon me? 1. Follow Vegan Gut Game. Follow Plants for You. Why? Because this folks, they have content on their page that can help you on your vegan journey. Really, check them out. And
no, I need you to tell me what to eat.
Oh,
because if I have to think about it, I'm not gonna.
You already are doing it, bro.
No, because I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, for instance, I'm just gonna spout some things out. A morning, a day in the life of me. Excuse me. Fruit. Toss a bunch of fruits in the blender. I have a smoothie. That's that for my day. I'm talking blueberries, goji berries, apples, pineapples. We need to correct this for the camera. Our buddy's 60%. I just couldn't.
Is it 60? Oh, I got too excited and I jumped to like 90 something.
And I didn't want to antagonize you.
This is what I messed up. It was 90 something percent of her body is comprised of the 6 elements. That's what it was.
Right. So
She did some fact checks, though.
60%.
60%.
Mm-hmm.
60%.
I learned a lot about money last night.
So,
the money. Yeah, carry on.
Oh, what about money?
No, is it rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I learned that the bill is 6.14 in length.
Inches.
Yes, and the thickness is 0.0043 thickness.
So literally, if you want to measure your penis, just take out a $1 bill.
Oh, well, the dollar bill doesn't do me justice, but some people perhaps could align.
Yeah. Oh no, we all know you have a big dick. It's fine. We know that. It's okay. We know your dick is a two-hander. We understand that.
They know because that one day I was like, "See what you did to me," and they all gathered, and they all said, they all gathered, and it was the sun, and they all bowed, kind of like a snake on the cross, and on the staff, and there was Moses. There. Anyways,
maybe if I had a big dick like you, then I'd be even more just like, yes, more. No, but like, what?
Respectfully.
Oh, respectfully. Yes. Yeah.
So the quick correction.
But it's not tiny, by the way. That Asian stereotype is bullshit. Fuck you all.
It's
Anyways,
not tiny. It's effective.
It's effective.
And functional.
It's average, and on a good day, maybe kind of slightly, but barely. Like anyway, so fucking we need to correct something, guys.
Yeah, we do.
So earlier, I threw out a percentage for how much of our body's comprised by water.
And I bandwagoned.
But you know what? That's because we like each other and we agree with each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not 97 or 98%.
60%.
And it makes sense because if our body was comprised of that much water, we would be puddles.
We should still be
essentially.
We should still be in the water like Tiktaalik.
Slightly viscous water. Is that what that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will just be like mushy blobs, just close to the earth and just
Yeah.
moseying along.
Slightly.
How you doing today?
Ditto from Pokemon. Oh, here's the thing.
What?
So about the elements, that's why I messed it up. It said that what 6 the human body 98% of it, whatever, is comprised up of those 6 elements that we talked about.
Right.
Not water.
That was a mix-up.
It was a mix-up.
It was an honest mistake.
See, we're not afraid to admit when we're wrong.
Right.
That is a sure sign of a man that is not afraid of himself, and you can grow with.
And that's growth. Exactly. That's self-actualization.
Exactly. And here's what happened off camera, guys. I saw the couple right here in their element, just being with them.
Oh, thank you.
And it made me realize even further with this sexual moratorium I've been on and a time away from a relationship, how important it is to have the compatibility and not just chemistry, like sexual chemistry and that, like their compatibility on like human to human, like brain to brain, thought to thought connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You can have a sexual relationship with someone, but if you intend on going further if you intend on being with this person for a long period of time, it can't all just be sex. You have to connect on other levels.
Yeah.
On a psychological level, on a visceral level, emotional level. I'm dumbfounded. Just communication is key.
Yes.
If you can at least try to talk about substantial things together without just saying, I don't know, just forget about it. Because straws are not made from tortoise shells.
Yeah, basically, anyway.
Well, anyway, that's an inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke. But people that listen to the podcast, because I brought it up once before.
Yeah.
But if you listen to it, you'll know what we're talking about when we say turtle straws.
Yeah, watch the podcast episodes. All of them.
All of them.
Anyways.
So, anyways.
Yeah. You have to be able to connect on those levels. That's growth. But sex is important.
It is important, but those two combined,
Sexual compatibility is important.
it is.
But of course, it doesn't end there.
No.
There's a song, there's a R&B song that I like. I don't know its name offhand, but she goes, I'm not going to say verbatim, but she's expressing how this guy steals her mind before her pussy. And I was like, yeah, I could dig that. And that's kind of how that's my MO. I try to.
Do you know that song Mind Sex?
Talk to me. I'm not sure.
It's like about that, but it's like a rap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it talks about like.
So it's alluding to
like
that
fucking
point.
like your mind, like mind sex.
Right.
That.
Not because I want to get in your mind and fuck with your head. No, but I want to meet you in a visceral level. I want us to meet them like, wow.
Yeah.
And now, what else you got?
Yeah, on the higher plane, right?
Right.
And then that makes the sex more explosive because of that connection.
Combust.
That's why, it's like literal
Word.
fireworks. So,
Yes.
so a lot of times it's like, how do I make my sex life better? It's like, well, maybe you should connect with them
Word.
instead of just like flip around and spin on my dick and let me spit in your mouth and then punch you in your nose.
Kevin Hart even has a special about that.
with the hair blow dryer.
The blow dryer. Right.
Yeah.
Right. You see, you have to. It's not just like you said it all. I need not say more. You said it all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, you want tantric sex?
Well, tantric sex comes from tantra, which is the yoga of the sister. Oh my goodness, I'm tripping over myself. Pardon me. Tantric sex comes from tantra, the sister of yoga.
Oh shit.
Yes, and it's been around forever, but it's evolved, kind of like how yoga has evolved to the Western world now. It's now gentrified, so to speak.
Just a lot of white people going, Namaste. Guys, it was a great day. Come back tomorrow to LA Fitness.
Precisely.
Yes.
So Tantra was a way of attaining sexual nirvana and essentially connect and build and elevate sexual arousal, passion together, where it's not just, hey, like you said, turn over, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
When you attain sexual nirvana, for me, when you do with your partner, you connect. It's such a beautiful thing.
That was a beautiful thing you just said.
Thank you.
Yes.
So you connect sexually and psychologically with a partner and more. Those are just the major tenets. When you're psychologically connected, that means you have open and honest discourse. You talk about things that are even hard to talk about. Talk about those things. That's how you grow.
That is facts. And I think when those two combine together, then it even leads deeper to like the spiritual level, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And that's also the spiritual level. I think it's a personal journey. There's a book that was made into a movie called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, which I recommend people to read and watch. You can listen to the audiobook on YouTube. And it has some religious connotations, which I'm not pushing that aspect. I'm pushing the adages, the proverbs, the proverbial life lessons in The Prophet are immense. I think you should watch it. I think you would appreciate it. Because it talks about essentially identifying with yourself, being an individual. Even if you're in a relationship, love each other, be one, but also be individuals.
Dude, that is so important. That is so important.
It is.
Yeah.
And, that book and that movie, it's like an anthology of different adages and proverbs in one. One of the best ones that I like, and I think people who are going to have families should consider is this. That book taught me that a family is like an archer, where the father, as I'm saying this, I'm realizing I sound patriarchal, but that's not what I'm trying to do here, because I'm feminist as they come. Anyways.
Yeah.
A family is like a a father, and the bow is like the mom, and the arrow is the child. When you shoot an arrow, that arrow is going progression. So don't try to repeat what you think you know is life into your child. Try and learn from your child about life, because the arrow is, your child is progression, going forward, carrying forth, whereas the archer stays in place.
And it's purity.
Exactly. Don't dilute that purity with your own bullshit.
You know what's interesting? You made me think immediately of this guy named Neil Strauss. I don't know if you know him, but
I've heard that name.
He's the guy that wrote the book The Game, and he was like a big pickup artist. But then he left that all behind in those philosophies. You know, like
Why?
I think he realized that it's incorrect. And he has a family now, and he has a child, and he talks about learning from his child.
Right.
Like he's like, hey, what do you think? What is this? And he's like, that's just this is that because of that. And he's like, wow, it's so simple. It's so straight to the point, but it's true. So he said you can learn from children.
You can't think about it. When you produce your best work, usually it's because you can tap into your child nature.
Yes.
Because you're more creative then.
And you learn better when you tap into that childlike state, which is of play, without thinking of, oh, if I do this, somebody will judge me, or I'm going to make a mistake. You just do it. You just do.
You are not bothered by the social constraints.
Absolutely.
You are not politically correct yet.
Yeah.
So tap back into that. For your creativity, try and tap back into your childlike nature.
It's true. That's what I've been doing with my stand-up too. Like, because I'm naturally more playful and silly, making faces, but like over time, I just kind of became dead. And of course, again, with the relationship, that really, it was a tough. But now it's starting to creep back into my life, and I'm like, yeah, I love talking to strangers and making jokes and doing that, and that's part of the play. Instead of just being like, oh, well, other adults don't do that, so do what they do. No, it's being you, right?
Tell them, I don't wake up every day to impress any of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I wake up every day to impress myself.
Because that's self-love, and fuck external validation. It is internal. It is about the internal validation.
You love yourself, everything else falls in play. You are one of you in this fucking world. You are magical. You are. There's no other person like you. So why don't you get up every day and give that to the world? Like, it's me, yeah?
Yeah. I want to hear that right there every morning.
I'll record it for you. I'll send it to you.
Well, we already recorded it. So yeah, then I'll just put it up.
I want that tape. I want that audio.
Just that 2 seconds.
Yes.
There's nobody out there.
Yeah, there's only one of you. And come on, when are you going to be yourself? When you're 80?
When you're about to die, when you realize, oh my God, why did I live? And that's why on my phone, another thing that I think you might appreciate, that's why I have this on my lock screen. It says you're going to die.
Exactly. You're going to die, and check it. No one is going to make it out alive. Except for the ones in the International Space Station, maybe. Anyways. Or the ones on Mars, or the ones on Europa. Because I believe we already should be a star. I use that as a segue.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I mean, we're all going to die. Like, if you're listening to this, you're going to die. Like, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the consent. That's...
Your physical being will die.
Yes. Now, your physical being will die. But this topic is going places. Because you can live... Because of science and technology, I believe we can all live on forever, because there's something called life logging. The people who wear like a GoPros from when they wake up till they go to bed, and they record every interaction that they get involved in.
People do that?
They do. It's called life logging.
Logging.
Yeah, and then they upload all this immense data into a database, and so that they will now connect when the singularity comes in about 2045. The singularity is the meshing of man and machine.
Yeah.
They can now upload their own consciousness with all that data they've collected about themselves, so they can have an online presence, so to speak. Once we, like Elon Musk company Neuralink, once we connect our brain to the computer now, we have a virtual instance of ourselves. In a way, our carnal body can die, whereas we live on.
Yeah, because we're uploading our consciousness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, some people do believe that that's not really you. That's a conversation.
That is a conversation for sure. Because I mean,
Like if you clone you right now,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there, which one of them do you think is you? You or the clone?
that would be tough. There's actually
Exactly.
that type of. There's a Spider-Man comic that goes into that, like a storyline.
Oh yeah.
Where the Peter Parker, the real Peter Parker, didn't think he was Peter Parker anymore. He didn't know. Because the clone was made. So they switched. So he adopted this other persona. But he finds out later he is the real Peter Parker. So you wouldn't know. Because how do I know if there's a clone right there that I wasn't just made and had his consciousness uploaded into this body? Or just replicated, you know what I mean?
How would you know?
So then it'd be like you'd have a literal identity crisis.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, those are topics that I like to entertain, I think about. When it comes to topic about cosmology and deep space travel, I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'm a futurist at heart. Because the one things I want to experience before I die is I want to mingle and interact with other beings from other worlds. Like we're on Earth.
Like extraterrestrial type.
No, like, check it. We're on Earth.
Yeah.
And you and I are talking right now. We are sentient beings alive. We are one star system out of a billion of billions star systems in one galaxy.
Yeah.
Out of billions of galaxies. And we are here. Come on, think about it for a moment. For us to be here talking, then we can think about this. We are edification of more instances like us. So to think that we are the only one, or that we are an anomaly, is so self-serving, so pompous, so pious to say, oh, it's only us. Get out, just chill. Get off your high horse. There's life beaming out there. So my goal in life, first of all, is to go to space, visit the International Space Station, and perhaps go to the moon. Because mark my words, there's going to be Airbnb parties in space.
Yeah.
There's going to be Uber logistics from Earth International Space Station, from space station to the moon. Yeah. There's going to be space logistics, business going on. That's the frontier of really when we exhaust economical growth on Earth. It's spatial. It's going outwards.
Yeah, natural resources when they're gone.
We have asteroids to mine and to create more things.
Yes.
So that's where my mind is, and that's where I want to. There's a book in my glove compartment my mom gave to me, how to draw spaceships, that she got to me when I was a boy. I still have the book. This is what ignited my love for the cosmos, and I'm thankful I have the book. And I'm like Elon Musk in the sense that when he mentioned in 2013, I think it was, we should be a spacefaring civilization. We should have already. I was like, yes. That's how I've been thinking. I was like, this is a man out of my heart.
Yeah.
We should have already have humans on Mars, Europa, and the moon. I believe humanity can live on forever. We don't have to die on Earth. What the fuck is that about? We're an ingenious species. We make things happen. So, we have a device that's almost at the Milky Way Center called the Discovery by Carl Sagan, one of my favorite people in history, Carl Sagan. I love Carl Sagan. Anyways, I'm rambling, but it's because I'm excited.
Passionate.
So I want to go to space, and I believe that even if Earth should blow up now, there's still going to be a set few humans, like, again, in the International Space Station that's orbiting Earth. I think at any given point in time, there's 6 people on board. Yeah. So those people will carry on humanity, so to speak. But before anything can... Well, I shouldn't speak like as if I know. Hopefully before we are obliterated.
Yeah. That's a powerful word. Before we're
obliterated. I feel like, I'm just so I know people will hear this and like, get off your knees already. No, I just appreciate the man because he's doing things that I wish I did. Elon Musk is what I'm talking about.
Because you resonate with him. Because he's aligned with what you're passionate about and
he's bringing humanity forward.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's awesome.
Dude, he deserves men to be on their knees. With all the work he's been doing, right?
Right. He deserves, yeah.
It's for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. One moment of trauma, not that big of a deal for life. This
guy made Tesla's SpaceX, Boring Company, Neuralink, PayPal. I mean, come on.
One man.
And I'm like, why didn't I think about this thing? Anyways.
Yeah, he's crazy.
What was I going to say? Well, anyways, he wants to get 1 million people into Mars by 2050. I think that's ingenious. I mean, homie's going to go down in history bigger than Newton, than Einstein.
Yeah. That's a true legacy because everybody's so selfish. They're like, I want to be remembered as the best football player. It's like, okay.
But this man, look at this guy. As literally, when my passion for going out of Earth is not, it's only also comes in to say, doing something literally out of this world. Like, I'm in space, just 0G, and I came from that thing. Yes. Amazing. Which leads me to my next plug. Pale Blue Dots. Read the book. One of my favorite books is called The Pale Blue Dots by Carl Sagan. And I think, like when you go to a hotel in like the Bible Belt, the Midwest, and you open up a nightstand, what do you normally see in the drawer?
Shit.
That's what I call it. But what is the form of what you see when you go to an hotel, like a Moms and Pops or a breakfast off the beaten path, and you open up
just the Bible, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe the Pale Blue Dots, the book, the Pale Blue Dots, should replace all those books in the drawers. Why? Because the Pale Blue Dot is such an awesome written book that gives you a basic understanding of how our world works. And Carl did such a great job at connecting with any listening reader, really. Carl was such a great educator. And that's why Neil deGrasse Tyson looked up to him. Carl hosted the first Cosmos. Did you ever watch Cosmos? Do you know what Cosmos is? The show, the TV show?
No.
In the 80s? Carl Sagan, 70s or 80s? Carl Sagan did the first Cosmos, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson did the second Cosmos back in 2015, I believe.
Okay. Wait, so Pale
Blue Dot
Pale Blue
is
Dot.
the book by Carl Sagan.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'll go to Barnes & Noble, and then I'll...
Can tell my excitement.
I love when you you make it very known, like, I'm listening. Yes, I love that shit. So I'll scope it out.
And you can also do the audiobook. That way you can listen to it on the way to Barnes & Noble.
I prefer physical copies. I like to write notes into it. I'm always writing. If you see my book
see you on set.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I do that. So Pale Blue Dot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's feeling our energy. It's intoxicating.
Yes.
So,
guys, unfortunately,
there's so much I can go on.
I know.
We can go on.
Yeah, no, I know we could go longer. Pale Blue Dot.
Pale Blue Dot. Everyone should read this book, please.
Again, why? Did you say why? I forgot.
Okay, I will tell you why, but I recommend, this is a suggestion for your guest, before at the end of the show like this, have them recommend a show and a book.
Okay.
A book, The Pale Blue Dots. Why? Because it gives you a basic understanding of how the world works. From an heliocentric standpoint, as opposed from the subliminal geocentric way that we have been conditioned. That's why.
Wait. Okay. Explain that last part.
So
Conditioned in terms of
geocentricity, which is it still goes on to
being on
today.
Earth,
Pardon me?
like because of where we live.
No,
where we grew
because
up?
there's this mindset that it's a religious connotation that has come from a while ago. They say, we are the center of the universe. It's just a lack of knowledge that made people think that way.
Oh, kind of like ethnocentrism,
right.
like that type of stuff. Like
Right.
Okay,
So,
but on a grander scale.
Geocentrists, yes, believe that the Earth is in the center and the sun and everything else orbits the Earth.
Yeah.
That obviously, for instance,
Interesting.
why am I emphatic about this? Is because can you imagine having satellites in space or having all the technology we use to have a better quality of life today?
Yeah.
With a mentality like without knowing how the world works. Like if you're telling me the sun orbits the Earth, nothing would work. Technology, like everything we enjoy in life, wouldn't work because you don't understand how the world works. So a basic understanding of how the world works is why I recommend The Pale Blue Dot. And a kid can read it. Again, audiobook
Yeah.
or book form.
So basically, in the context of like universe,
No, well...
not even universe.
No, in the context of Earth.
Oh, just Earth.
In the universe. In the fabric of life.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
And watch the TV show Cosmos. At least watch Neil deGrasse Tyson's. Neil deGrasse Tyson was a host of Cosmos. You can buy a disc set.
You can buy a dick.
You can buy a disc.
Disc.
A disc.
Okay, a disc.
Set from Amazon. Cosmos.
Yeah.
And so again, the TV show is Cosmos. The movie, the book is Pale Blue Dot. The movie is Game Changers.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. So geocentric is basically, if I were to say Earth-centric. Ish.
Well, Earth-centric, yes and no. Because I could say I'm Earth-centric, meaning I love everything that has to do with Earth.
Okay, we're getting too deep into it. Geocentric. That's just what it is. Just geocentric. Okay.
And geocentric way of mind comes from a lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, of which is also deep rooted in religion.
Which is like any centric. Would be from like lack of knowledge.
Right? Give me. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, is there besides the recommendations? What's a final thing you could say to our audiences? A message or just a thought or whatever.
Be kind. It costs you nothing.
Damn. Be kind. It costs you nothing. Unless you're the type of person that tries to win people over by giving gifts. Don't do that bullshit. It never works. So
no, don't bend your back and trying to be kind. Like
yeah.
Put yourself first. Of course, love yourself. You know, don't be a pushover. But just you know what I mean. Be kind. It's better. Better. I recommend that you be kind and be right. And it's hard because I say that it's hard because I want everyone to go vegan. I'm coming for you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, he's gonna fucking chop you up and feed you to little cows and stuff.
Go vegan and no one gets hurt.
Yeah. Damn, you lost your accent right there.
Right. I'm becoming American.
Oh my god. So guys, this has been this is Alef. Plug in your
Oh yeah.
Yeah, plug it in again.
It's at cosmicherbivore on Instagram and most places. Just type in at cosmicherbivore. I think for the most part, I pop up on most platforms. I have at Orixa, ORIXA, YOGI, Orixa, YOGA, Orixa Yoga, for my yoga page, Orixa Styles for my fashionable page. I love fashion.
I like strawberries with forks.
And my personal page, Cosmic Herbivore. Thank you.
All right, guys. We learned a lot. You heard some mistakes, some facts, but it's okay because we went back, recovered. Veganism, you know. So
Can we have a part 2?
Of course, yeah.
It's growing on me.
Yeah. No, we could definitely have a part 2.
Awesome.
You know? Yeah. So there will be a part 2 later in the future, and we'll probably go deeper into maybe I'll have already experimented with the plant-based for like a couple days or something.
Yeah, we should have a part 2 so you can talk about your experience.
My experience, yeah. And I'll be very honest. If I hated Outbreak Alef, I fucking hate you. I hate everything about you, and I'll say that. No, of course it would never be you. But like I'd be very honest about my experiences, and you know. But guys, look, I feel like we said bye 20 times. But right now is the true goodbye. Like, you know, when you break up and get back together with somebody over and over, we're not doing that anymore. This is the final fucking breakup. Actually, no, because we're going to see each other again.
Yeah, we can't break up.
Yeah, we can't break up. Okay, it's not a breakup. But anyways, thank you for watching the Setbreaker podcast. And I will see you next time. See ya!
Ciao.